think there's a theme that was reoccurring at several different points, and it's engaging in conversation with a spouse, because it is a joint. Obviously, if the service member preparing to retire is single, then that kind of negates that point. But the majority are married, and there is another person in that decision cycle that needs to be part of the conversation, part of the planning, and I think it's important. And I think it probably occurs naturally most of the time, but I still think it's important to emphasize that it's a pretty critical thing to do, to have those honest conversations with, well, number one, you said it earlier. If you're not honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? So you have to be honest with yourself, and then the spouses need to be honest with each other in terms of future plans.
I mean, I know a bunch of guys recently, especially they're getting ready to retire, and the spouse dropped papers on them. So
Wow.
imagine that retirement.
Wow.
So it's this society is a little tough right now. So again, communication is the key paramount thing that I've actually learned.
And to my point, or to that point, is I learned the importance of shutting my mouth and listening. And you can learn an incredible amount about someone's true desires, goals, aspirations, what's important to them, what's not important to them. And I say that in the lens of being a recruiter, trying to talk to a young man or young lady about enlisting, because you need to have an idea of where they're at and what their desires are. But I'm sure that that could also carry over into, being part of an interview, um, seeking out a new job, going to work for a new company. I think having those good, sharp, polished communication skills are important.
We're going to close out for today in today's business pillar and your transition going from active duty and preparing for your retirement.